Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. I hope you're all doing so well. I'm so happy to be doing this video, right? I'm so excited, like I can't even begin to tell you. When I tell you my most consumed Sims 4 content is these save file lore videos. Oh, I mean it. Now, if you're wondering what is she on about, a save file lore video from the Sims 4? Yeah, well, let me explain. Basically, you start off with an empty world and you create a save file. Now, a save file is something that I can publish and you guys can download and you can implicate it into your game. There's loads of tutorials on how to do that, and there's loads of amazing save files out there, and I'm going to be creating my own. However, the difference between this save file is we're going to be creating it together, hand in hand. Now, these lore videos, basically, we go through the lore. I can add lore off screen or on screen, whatever you guys prefer, and maybe like every video kind of show you what I've added, or we can kind of do it together and go on by your comments or whatever you want to see in the save file. That also goes for like specific sims or lots, because I currently do not have any original Oasis Spring townies in my game. I kind of evicted them all and moved them all out, so they're not currently in world. But if you want me to add maybe the land grabs or Don Lothario, I can add them. So I have already kind of set up a little bit lore, but I'm going to tell you my future plans of the world and just kind of what I plan to do, basically. I have 2 families already and we have 2 lots. Now, these families and lots are both incredibly already detailed and fleshed out, but of course, please, if you have any ideas or opinions, they'll be so much appreciated. Also, side note, not everything is finished. I have so much more things I need to add, specifically with the Sims. I really do want to go in and add specific skills and like kind of boost their skills and career and specific things and work alongside that. Pretty much likes and dislikes and things like that. But obviously, as you play, you'll probably discover more. I would love to add some more discovery traits, but again, I would need to play the game to do that. And currently, aging and anything like story progression is completely turned off in my game through MC Command Center and also settings. So that's just a little preface in case you're worried. It's fine, I turned it off. I don't have much world lore. I have yet to come up with that and probably will. However, I just know there's going to be a very much class divide. I know how exciting, right? A class divide in this world. I very much want to have a very, very low income and then kind of have a high income place. So we're going to go through the world together with all 2 lots. And we're going to look at the Sims and these lots and we're going to kind of, I'm going to tell you their lore and I'm really excited about it. Let's get into the video. Okay, here we are in my little Oasis Springs. Again, I told you guys, I have not added any world lore. So the world description is very much what there is. However, you can see over here, there is a small star in the Bedrock Strait? Bedrock Strait? I would love if we could edit what these wee like subsection of the neighborhoods are, because I feel like that'd be so interesting. We have a little trailer park here called the Levy lot. Now we have the Levy family and the Callaway family. These families are not completely finished yet. There's a sim that needs to die and there's a sim that needs to like move, I guess, technically. I kind of want to build something for her specifically, which we'll get into in a minute. But I feel like the best way to do this is just hop in to the Levies. So we have Jamie Levy, Genevieve Levy, and B Levy. And this is a very interesting family. So let me read you their little family synopsis. I can't read that. I'm so sorry. It's literally tiny. Are we good? Guys, I cannot read this. Am I actually okay? No, I'm not. I'm dyslexic. That literally took me 10 minutes to actually read out successfully. Such a hard watch. After the tragic death After the tragic death of his fiancée, Genevieve Isaac, Jamie's Levy's life was shattered. The couple had dreamed of a forever home after finding out they were pregnant. To fund the build, Jamie turned to blank gang. There is going to be a gang, but I do not know what the gang is going to be called. I need help, okay? I cannot come up with a good enough name, okay? So with quotation marks means blank. I haven't come up with it yet, okay? But left soon after B, his baby girl, was born. Soon after, Genevieve passed away in a suspicious accident. Abandoning their home, Jamie now runs the junkyard bar and utilises his lot by turning it into a trailer park where he homes and helps out many Sims, like the Callaway brothers. Okay, so a little bit of... You're probably noticing, Genevieve Isaac, she looks very much alive. I need to kill her. I'm not okay. Okay, I know. I need to actually kill her. Finch drive in... so excited. And here we are in the Levy lot. Now, of course, you can obviously see the vibes. You can get the detail. The level of detail in this lot, if I do say so myself, is very important to the lore, okay? Keep that in mind. But nevertheless, we have, of course, our main little guy right here, right now. His name is Jamie Levy, obviously, and this is him. He's kind of cute. He's kind of adorable. But he is the property owner, so he does own this entire lot. So him and his fiance at the time, when they found out they were pregnant, of course, they went to buy a lot and start construction on their brand new home. So Jamie is a car mechanic, and he had kind of friends in shady areas, right? So when he was kind of struggling to money, and he was kind of struggling to keep up with the cost of construction, he kind of turned to these shady friends and was like, I need to make a bit of quick cash, to start making progress before my baby's born. Remember the scene in Matilda where the dad takes like the little speed gun thing and like runs down the mileage of the cars? That's basically what Jamie done. So he kind of took these cars that were really, really, really run down and really crap and had hundreds of thousands of miles on them, and basically fixed them up to look almost brand new. And he would edit the mileage and basically scam people into paying a lot of money for these rundown cars that were probably going to break within 10 minutes of leaving the lot. So he'd done that for a couple of months to just try to pull together some change to eventually save for a house, or like save to buy the house, right, or construct the house. Soon after, his fiancée Genevieve found out what he was doing, this shady business, and she basically told him, call it off. We don't need that money. Like, we can live in our little caravan, their makeshift caravan, until we have enough money, slowly but surely. Like, she knew this wasn't going to be an overnight process of building this house. So Jamie was like, you're right, okay, and he cut things off with his shady friends, Fried rice and curry sauce! Cuts off his shady friends, and they did not like that. And that didn't really work out very well for Jamie Levy or his poor fiancée Genevieve. So when I say an accident, a suspicious accident, I'm kind of thinking a car accident where maybe she was ran off the road or something of that sort. Obviously, she's still alive. I need to kill her. Okay. I do need to make sure she's a ghost in the next episode, so I will probably do that. I just had to try and make her like family as well, so I need to get the genetics off of her before to do that. Anyway, sorry, side note. So after her death, Jamie really did not feel like continuing the construction of their home, and he just kind of wanted to keep everything kind of the same. He kind of let the place fall into disrepair, and he could not be bothered fixing it. He kind of stopped working, as well as he owned a garage and a junkyard, a quote-unquote junkyard. And he basically just stopped. It was not making enough money, and he was basically just like over it. So he decided that he was gonna start anew and kind of open up his lot to other Sims. He said, well, this is a huge lot and there's so much space on here, people can live here. And then in comes the Callaway brothers. So he meets the Callaway brothers when they're a lot younger, and their mother is a lot more sober. Yeah, because this story goes dark. But before we get into that, I'm just going to give you a little tour of our lot. So you kind of come in here, it's got a little bench, a little bus stop. I do want to use world edit to like edit the world around it. I've tried my best with debug items, but I feel like I could do a little bit more with tool mod. But anyway, so you come here, and obviously there's a lot of car scraps and tires running around because Jamie did used to own a garage and do handiness skill stuff. So I guess it was like kind of like a car mechanic. Oh, there's just a random toy basket right there. Ignore that. Yeah. Anyway, so this is Jamie's little caravan right here. It's really cute. I just feel like it really encapsulates everything that he is. So he he's a very handy guy, right? So he's kind of fixed up this caravan. He's added a little fencing, a little canopy outside for his little woodworking bench and tools. So as you can see, he's very much into all that. I believe all of this, yes, is functional. So perform maintenance, do inspection maintenance. So there is a few of these dotted around the lot that he can actually fix. I believe this is from, yes, so he can basically do some of the stuff as well. So if we guys go inside, you'll see their little home. Now it is very grungy and very small. I promise everything is functional in this house. Before you go, how is anything functional? It actually is functional. I'm actually shocked myself. But this is her little home. So as you can see, I have tried to put pictures of Genevieve and Jamie up and little pictures of B. I obviously kind of want to add a little bit more, but this is actually so morbid, the fact that she's still alive, but this is kind of where her final resting place is going to be. I feel like I want to have her ashes here, and like you can choose the portrait of the sim you want to be here. So I feel like when she eventually passes away, we can make that look all good. That's what I mean by things aren't completely finished. Like I want to add a little bit more detail into the houses, like more pictures, and obviously fix things like this. But yeah, everything is kind of functional. Obviously you need to put this bed up to access the stool and the high chair, but you can access still both. But yeah, everything's kind of very detailed. There is just loads of pictures of Genevieve throughout this home, because I can imagine like Jamie, after kind of losing Genevieve, he just kind of wants to be reminded of her. Because I'll give you a little introduction to who he is with his traits and stuff. Well, I'm just kind of showing you around the house currently. And then this is little baby B's room. She is really into her horses, so I feel like this is kind of cute. But I really enjoyed making her room and her little personality. I'm super excited to kind of see what she's going to develop into. Okay, but our little Jamie, so he wants to be a super parent. I'm gonna kind of cheat some of this aspiration up, things like become a parent. He kind of already is a parent, achieve level 4 parenting skill, he already has. But for his skills, you can see here he's got level 7 charisma, level 5 cooking, he has level 9 handiness, he's got level 6 mixology, level 8 parenting, and there's a few other ones in there as well. So we have his relationship with B, which is really good. Genevieve, you can see here he is amazing compatibility, and he's very attracted to Genevieve. Her traits are she's generous, good, and socially awkward. She's not going to have any additional skills or anything like that, just because she's going to be dead anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But then we of course have the two brothers, Archer and Georgie. We'll get onto them as well, so don't worry. Anyway, so here's our little simology panel and who little Jamie is. So he is a very self-assured sim. He obviously is always kind of being very self-assured. For his kind of background and his growing up, I kind of wanted to have his dad be a police officer. I thought that'd be a very interesting dynamic, with the fact he's kind of turned to crime to make money and his dad is a police officer. He's very family orientated, so his daughter means absolutely everything to him. I feel like his daughter, he would ride or die for. Like, he really cares about the Callaway brothers and people at his bar, but he just literally will, he will die for his daughter after losing his fiance. He's romantically reserved, and this was something that I don't really use this trait often, but I feel like realistically, after losing your fiance and like the mother of your child, you would be romantically reserved. Jamie does not want to find another partner. He does not want to basically have another partner in life. He was very satisfied with what Genevieve gave him, and if that's over, it's over. So I can't imagine, obviously, if you play Jamie and you want him to maybe find someone else, that'd be very interesting to see. And of course, with his aspiration, he gets a domestic trait. So for his likes and dislikes, he likes guitar, fitness, fishing, gardening, and handiness, and he dislikes DJ mixing, which is so funny because I thought it'd be quite interesting that he has this kind of classic bar and then he's kind of hired this DJ and he absolutely hates DJ music. So it's quite funny because he doesn't like, he hates DJ booth music. So I'm going to be quite amused for when he actually runs his bar and he has to listen to DJ booth music. So yeah, this is kind of him. So obviously he has his first woohoo, did he? I don't even want to know. He had a baby, he got a job, so he obviously has a small business, and he's been married and he fell in love, or is engaged, sorry. So he didn't actually marry Genevieve, he never actually got that opportunity, which is kind of sad. Okay, but if we're over with the Levy family, I feel like it's probably a good idea to go check out his bar. And yes, guys, this is his bar, the Junkyard. So we're going to go head over there right now. And here it is. This is the Junkyard. So this is Jamie's bar. Obviously, it used to be a garage, and people just kind of basically used to leave their crap around, and he has not had the time, patience, or energy to clean it up. And it's basically just still kicking about and kind of adding to the ambiance, right? He kind of says, right? He's like, yeah, I could clean it up, but it's adding to the vibe. But basically this bar was not successful when Jamie first opened it. He was very much taking a huge financial risk doing so, but he just kind of realised that all his friends would come over and come around and drink at his garage anyway, and kids would break into it and like parties. So he's like, why not benefit and open it to the public? So that's what he's done. So he obviously had like an old bus that he's restorated into being a bar. Obviously this is very functional. Your Sims can go back and bartend, and he does have a small business. If I can get it here. His small business, so it's called the Junkyard. Obviously it's not very it's not even been opened yet, but here is our employees. We of course have Archer Callaway, and he basically works here. He is obviously a teen still, so maybe slightly illegal, but nevertheless he realizes Archer needs money and he works here. So originally this place wasn't making a lot of money, and Archer was just kind of working there part-time as a bartender, cleaning up, doing some repairs wherever Jamie needed to make some extra cash. Archer would do that. Then Archer started to DJ at the bar, and he really drove in a huge crowd. So basically, Jamie's bar, the Junkyard, has been picking up popularity in the past couple years. It is really popular with young people. So this is the bar. Without further ado, I'll give you a little tour of it. So it is very much giving Junkyard vibes. Listen, me and Debug are like this after this build, okay? But I have this bar area, and then I feel like we sitting outside would be quite nice for sunny days, because you are in the desert, it's gonna be warm. This is just the kind of entrance area, I don't know, for ambiance, but this is actually the bar. Now it is obviously not that big, okay, I know, but nevertheless it's very much still a work in progress for Jamie. Jamie's still a young adult, so he's really trying here. This is just a start. Obviously when you guys play, you can maybe update the bar, you can maybe turn it into a diner or whatever you want to do, but currently it's just kind of in this state. Of course you've got the LED lights, and then this is the DJ booth over here where Archer will DJ. I just really love it, guys. I can't lie. I just love a grungy build. It's just my favorite. I'm upstairs, and this basically section is kind of out of bounds for customers. So this is just Jamie's little office, and I kind of took inspiration from actual garages in real life. They always have this massive window section that actually looks onto the garage. So I feel like he would maybe work in his office back in the day, and he would fix cars downstairs. So Jamie actually does not really like drinking. He just feels like it's a waste of time and energy, but he says, hey, a bar's a bar. And he hates the music, so I can just imagine that he would come up here and just do his little woodworking and just try to drown out the music, which is kind of funny because I did add these open windows, so he's kind of forced to listen to it, but he is still kind of struggling financially. So you can kind of see a few papers kind of scattered around that are kind of late bills and all this stuff. But well, guys, it's up to you if you think Jamie should keep his bar. But he's currently doing a little bit better. He feels like he's doing a lot better with the help of the Callaway brothers. So we're gonna head over to the Callaway brothers now. Okay, here we are in the Callaway household. So we have our three Sims here: Shanna Callaway, Archer Callaway, and Georgia Callaway. So obviously Shanna is the mother, and she is very much a drug addict, guys. She is an addict through and through. She is basically never there for her sons, and she kind of comes and goes as she pleases. She basically left her sons in this caravan with no way of paying Jamie rent or kind of turning on the utilities at all. So she basically left everything to her eldest son, Archer. So basically Archer completely dropped out of school. Please ignore that he's still attending school. He dropped out. Okay, guys, he dropped out. So he dropped out of school, and he basically decided that he was just going to have to buckle down and try to come up with a way of making money. And that's when he got really close to Jamie Levy, and they are actually very, very close. Him and Jamie are really, really good friends. And yeah, he got really close to Jamie, and Jamie kind of gave him a job. Very, very lucky. Shauna, I do not want her living here permanently. I have an idea to build a motel in one of the bigger lots in Oasis Springs and kind of have her live permanently in one of the rooms. She can obviously come and try to visit her sons, even though her and her sons do not get on. Every time she comes over, she asks them for money, and they do not have spare change to give her. Well, they have spare change, actually, which we'll find out in a minute. But she basically do not want to give her any money because they know that she's going to take it and use it on alcohol and other substances. But yeah, so this is our lovely Archer Callaway. So his aspiration is he wants to become a painter extraordinaire. He was never really good in school, so when he had to drop out, he was kind of like, well, I wasn't going anywhere anyway, which is really sad. I haven't really added much of his skills yet. Of course, this is all to come, guys, all to come. Really exciting. However, his small j, he's an overachiever. He's a muser as well. And basically, these traits, I kind of wanted him to feel like he was trying to do everything at once and he was okay with it. He did not feel overwhelmed. He did not feel the pressure. Basically, he never really feels the pressure because he just has kind of always been raised and this is how his life is. He has to just basically buckle down and feed his little brother. He's fiercely loyal to his family and to also Jamie as well. Very much cares about the people in his life. So that's him. He obviously works at the junkyard and he will be learning the DJ skill. I was going to give him the DJ trait, but I feel like giving him a side hustle with being a DJ and then also kind of his passion of becoming an artist. You'll see in his room and stuff, there's lots of paintings and things. One thing about this lot before I upload it to the gallery, I do want to add a little bit more skill objects because I feel it's kind of lacking. So maybe we'll add an easel or a drawing tablet, stuff like that. So in my head, in canon, I keep calling him Asher, his name's Archer. Archer is kind of like 17, 18 and his brother is around about 15, 16. Obviously they look the exact same age, okay, but I can't really control that. So here we have little Georgie Callaway, and Georgie Callaway is actually a golden boy at his school. He's very popular and very well known of being basically the best football player. He does really well in school. I'm pretty sure he's actually a D student. I was gonna say he does well in school, guys. I promise he does well in school. He's now a B student. Forget that, D student. But he is also the football team captain, so he does actually very, very well from himself. But he can only basically do that because of his brother. He also, him and his brother do get on, but he very much finds it hard for authority because his brother is only like 3 years older than him. So for him, he's like, why is this guy who's 3 years older than me basically tell me what to do? And of course, at the age of 16 and 15, like you hate authority, and that authority being just 2 years older than you is very, very hard. But Archer doesn't care. Archer will just basically boss him around, tell him what's what. Also, Archer is very strict about school. Extremely strict. In fact, like he really wants Georgie to succeed. That's a whole reason why he's doing what he's doing and dropping out of school and working at the bar and doing side hustles to get some money is just because, my God, like he just wants Georgie to do well. So but Georgie, he is a goal-orientated sim, so I think like we can do that. You can earn 500 simoleons. Just trying to. He doesn't have an A, and he can attend career, so we'll probably just leave him like this. He doesn't have any skills either. Again, actually he does. He actually has fitness skill. He's fitness skill level 6. But he will get some more skills as I go on and kind of edit these sims to be a little bit more fleshed out. So he is a star player from reaching the captain level of the football team. He has high metabolism from his aspiration. I think his original aspiration was fitness aspiration, so he also has high metabolism. He's a perfectionist and he's active. He also has right now a fear of being judged, which is just fun and great. So very much when Archer doesn't feel the pressure of looking after him and his brother and kind of keeping them afloat, very much Georgie feels the pressure of trying to be this absolute perfect golden boy while his brother is kind of counting on him, right? Because technically when you think about it, yes, Georgie is this guy who has all this pressure on his shoulders, where obviously Archer does. He obviously has to pay the bills, keep the family afloat, but he doesn't have to meet any of the goals that he himself has set. Georgie has to do that. And Georgie kind of resents his brother in that way because his brother never done any of that. He feels like he's living vicariously through him, and he's kind of resentful. So I feel like that'd be very fun to play with in a sense of maybe they can have bickers about things. They're also similar ages, so maybe there could be a few girlfriends in there. I really had it in my head canon that Georgie kind of had a crush on a girl and Archer kind of just doesn't really care. I feel like in the romance sector, Archer does not care about women. He is very probably much like treats women like trash, which we hate. But I feel like he's just got bigger priorities, to be fair. He does not care about getting into a relationship, and if a girl comes his way and that's what he wants, he's going to take it, and he doesn't really care about it, even though he's fiercely loyal. Like, doesn't really matter to him, whereas Georgie never really explains how he feels. So I feel like if Georgie really liked a girl, he wouldn't tell his brother that he really liked her. It's kind of his own fault. Anyway, so this is their little caravan. Their caravan is a little bit bigger, I believe. It's their little caravan. I know there isn't a kitchen sink, okay, before anyone shouts at me, say there's not a kitchen sink. I'm very much aware, but I just kind of thought, listen, the sink's right there, you know, there's just a wall between the kitchen and the sink. And also I feel like if you actually have ever been in a caravan, a lot of like, some caravans do not even have like stoves and stuff like that. So I feel like maybe this would be something, older caravans, this would maybe be something that they got installed, or Jamie maybe got them installed. Maybe this is stuff from Jamie's junkyard that Jamie kind of fixed up and like gave them for free, probably mostly for free. So this is their little living room. I very much used loads of the basement, I don't even know what that kit's called, basement stuff, I don't know. So everything's just kind of chanked, okay, everything's kind of a little bit done in, but also like homely love, baby pictures of them, even though their mum isn't really around. Definitely influence of a family still remains, so like still very much a family dynamic. So they have this kind of old TV, and they have this brand new TV unit here, and you can see it in like a little PlayStation and some remotes. So as Archer is DJing, he is making a lot of more money than he did bartending, and basically he's really enjoying it, and he's making sure that Georgie knows that, you know, they have all this kind of, not all this spare change, but they can now afford a TV unit and a PS4, something like, or PS in general. I just, in my head, it looks like a PS4. Just fun things. And then also Georgie in here has a laptop, which I thought was really, really cute. And you can see, this is Georgie's bedroom, guys. I'm literally crying. It is so cute. So this is Georgie's room. Obviously, it's not going to be the most decorated thing ever, obviously, because like, I mean, not like he can't really afford it, but like, why waste money on trying to decorate it? But he still has his trophies, his little sport posters. Obviously, again, he is kind of really into his schoolwork and stuff like that, so he has his little desk, and then this is his little don't mind that on the floor art. So in my head canon, this is so funny. If you actually do not play The Sims and you're just like, is she just making this up? The answer is yes. So in my head canon, this car was a gift from Archer to Georgie for his like 16th birthday probably, and he was like, listen, we're making money and I feel like you need a place to get to school, you don't have to take the bus anymore, because like technically he doesn't really need it. Like, Archer doesn't really need a car because his work is across the road. But yeah, so this is their little home. This is like Archer's little room, and you can really kind of see who he is as a person by looking at his room. He really just does not care. He's never here. He's always at the bar. He's always working. He's always doing something. He's probably either working alongside Jamie doing renovations to like the caravan lot, renovations to the bar, or practicing DJing. So he's never really home. So he just kind of lives in this kind of cupboard room, but he still has this reminiscence of, he loves to draw. So he has like his little paintings and stuff. I also, the paintings are a little bit dark. I believe they're from the Life and Death pack. I'm not too sure. Or maybe they're not from the Life and Death pack. I think they might be from that art kit, the art craft kit. But I have recently read the book 5 Brothers by Penelope Douglas, and the main character in the book was a lot like Archer. He looked after his in the book the guy had 5 brothers, but Archer only has 1, and a lot of the time this responsibility kind of fell on his mental health to be very dark. And obviously his mum doesn't have great mental health, and they don't know who their dad is. This is like another little side plot that's kind of not canon but canon in my head. These two probably don't share a dad, and they probably don't care or to know that fact. They have no idea who their dad, plural dads, could be, and their mum is never sober enough to tell them, even though they ask their mum multiple times, you know, she doesn't care. She doesn't care to tell them. In fact, she probably doesn't even know. So they're literally so uninterested in finding out who their dad is. So yeah, this is my little start. I definitely want to build a motel. I think I'm going to either build the motel on the 50 by 50 lot or this 40 or 30 by 20 lot here. But problem is, if building the motel here, I feel like Shanna is a little too close to the boys for it to be like, I mean, she's literally next door to the bar that her son works in. And I feel like because they don't have a great relationship, it's probably because they don't really see her often. So I feel like maybe doing it on the 50 by 50 lot could be better, or even maybe one of these lots down here. I also kind of want to do a strip mall kind of idea, which I probably would fit in this lot or maybe even up here. But these lots are very intimidating to me because I never really build on big lots. You can see like this is a 40 by 30 and I done all of that on that 40 by 30, and this is only a 20 by 15 and I built an entire huge bar. So I can very much good at maximizing space and very bad at like trying to fill a 40 by 30, for example. So my current situation and plans is trying to make this entire row into the lower, quote unquote, lower class area. And I want to call this area over here the park. The park. There might be a park in here actually as well. But when there's going to be Sims, they're like, this is probably going to be called like, I don't know, like some sort of name with like a long winding road, like an idea with that. Maybe like, I don't know, the lane. I don't know, I'm just spitballing here, okay? But maybe call this like the lane, and this is just a lot of a lower income area, but does not mean necessarily there's high crime rates. Probably it does though. Maybe I also kind of want to build a kind of quote unquote gang hangout, which is probably going to be another bar or club area, which is kind of going to be synonymous with the gang that Jamie had relations to. But this kind of green area is going to be called the park, where the bigger houses will start, and then obviously you have up here as well, which the bigger houses will be. I did want to make these houses not big and fancy. I thought that'd be quite interesting. However, it's just like the road here, if you know what I'm talking about, like it's very fancy. It's really giving like the hills in LA. Obviously I kind of want to keep all this still residential, maybe add a motel here in this 40 by 30, but keep most of this residential as just like the surrounding world is just still very residential. And I feel like down here is where Jamie's dad is going to live. I do want to have Genevieve's family as well. I feel like maybe they'll live up here in the park kind of area, and we can have Jamie's dad live down here. Now, Jamie's dad is going to be a police officer. He's also going to be remarried. So I feel like Jamie and his dad might have kind of drifted after their his parents' divorce. I don't really know where his mum is. I haven't got that far. I haven't even got the far enough to meet the dad, Sim. So there's that. But he's going to be a police officer. He's going to live probably in one of these lots here with his new wife. She might have kids. We'll see. But he still obviously cares about Jamie. Like his dad probably cares a lot about Jamie. And they just kind of don't see eye to eye, especially after Genevieve's death. It's probably giving him he doesn't want to end up like his dad. He doesn't want to move on, basically. He sees his dad and he's like, I don't want to move on like you. I kind of want to just kind of like have the sorrow kind of swallow him up and be content with that. So, guys, that's currently my save file. Okay, that's my lore. I was going to go into creating specific lore today, but I thought I'll just showcase everything I've already done, hear your feedback, and then for the next video, we can come in and we can maybe create Jamie's dad together, create Genevieve's family together, or even build the motel. I definitely will record myself building the motel, okay? Because I did not record either of these builds, and they're probably the best build I've ever done in my damn life, and I haven't recorded them. It's actually so painful to even think about. But yeah, I'm really super excited for this world. I'm going to try to go and create some actual world lore about the world of Oasis Springs and how it became and the class divide in it. I just love a bit of class divide, I can't lie. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. I'm sure this video is going to be quite long. I feel like I have just yapped and yapped and yapped. So if you've stayed this long, I really, really appreciate it. I hope you're all doing so well. Thank you so much for watching my video. I really, really appreciate it. Yeah, if you have any thoughts, opinions and concerns, please leave it in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next part. I'm so excited to start this series. Okay, bye.